if you want, Lauren.
Oh, I just started it. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
I got it. Forgot that
All right.
was. It's okay. It's all good.
One less thing to worry about.
Thanks, Ahmad.
All right.
So, okay, we can get started. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the comms call. Yeah, we can just start with intentions and distractions. My intentions, I put partially on the board, and some people added more things on the board, which is exciting. So my intentions is just to facilitate the call and go through the agenda swiftly, and I'm not distracted. I'll pass it to Ben's.
Great. My intentions are to sync up with the comms group, and yeah, I think I'm wrapping up that last section of the video. So after that, kind of finding another task to pick up and use GitHub. And distractions, I'm doing some tasks around the house, just picking up, but not too much. So I'll pass to Shuya.
Thanks, Vince. Hi, everybody. My intentions are to see what's going on. And my distractions are I accidentally biked 30 miles today, and I feel a bit tired. But I'm okay. And it's dinner time as always, but not really distracted. It's a bit pooped out. Okay, and I'd like to pass it to Ahmad.
All right, awesome. My intentions are to go over some of the pending things we have, like the newsletter. We need to figure out what do we want to feature in it this month. I also have a few updates on some high-level issues like SEO and autopilot problems that I've been working on. And I'm not distracted. I'm all good. Let me pass it to Sam.
Hey, everyone.
Sam.
My intentions for today are just to catch up on the other tasks that everyone's busy with. And I don't have any distractions. I just have to jump in a car just now, but I'll put myself on mute so no one will hear about that. But that's the only thing, just to go for an outing. Yeah, and that's about it. Is everyone gone?
Yeah.
I think so.
Everyone has gone. Okay, cool. Nice. All right, sorry. I think sometimes my computer's just unhappy with all the many things. Okay, cool. Let's just power through the things that are on the agenda here, and then we can kind of go through things that are on the board, and then look if there's things that if people are looking for work and don't have work, we can also create more good ideas. I do want to spend a little bit of time on the Giveth growth strategy, but maybe we can get like the smaller things out of the way first. I did want to, so for the donor onboarding course, I think donor onboarding course, I mean, it's what we're calling it, but we should give it a better name. So I just wanted to hear if anybody has like any suggestions. Like, I don't know.
No, for sure. I mean, I always thought of that as an internal name. I don't think it's a good name for the public, for sure.
No. I don't know, something like
What is the
something
process?
What?
What is the process? So, I mean, it's so when a donor wants to donate, then we get their information and let them know of what?
No, we made this YouTube video series that explains like different parts of Giveth and the Give economy and like targeted towards donors. So it's like how to donate, how to fund your wallet, how to get started, how does Givebacks work, like how to vote in the garden and all these different things. So it's kind of like a Giveth 101, but like with the audience focus being donors. I think calling it like a 101 is a nice idea. But yeah, it's like Giveth Donors 101, something like this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess also we could tie it. I mean, we could tie it to what the POAP would be. I mean, if the POAP is like, I don't know, like you become like a giver, when you get like the POAP, maybe it could be, Giver 101 or something around that, maybe.
Oh, yeah, that's a cool idea. Give her 101. What did the POAP say? Do you remember?
I don't think it's finalized yet. He started working on it, but I don't know if it's done yet.
I don't think it's done yet either, but I think that we did
Yeah.
say to put something on it. POAPs. Oh, I said Giveth donor course. Oh, that's so bad. Needs something better.
Yeah.
We use Giver and like Maker pretty regularly.
Yeah, we do. Although I don't really like Maker. I find it very confusing. And I think that there's an advantage to using the word donor a lot of the times because it's like, I mean, with the search engine stuff, like people search for donor, donation, not really giver as much in the same context.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. I think donor is fine.
All right. Maybe we just,
Yeah.
give her 101. Give her course 101. Give her, yeah. Giving 101. I don't know.
Do you have to have a final name today?
No, but I just wanted
No,
to
we
get some
have
thoughts
time.
on it. We
Do you want to take it on?
I can make an issue for it, and then if anybody has any comments, they can add them in there.
A good point about the donor giver thing. Like I'm kind of more for the give donor 101, but I don't know.
Sorry, you're more for donor 101?
The first
Giveth donors 101. Okay.
just because, like, yeah, when you talk about, I don't know, searches and what folks are familiar with, particularly because these folks are newbies, so maybe something indicating more precisely what they're up to makes it more clear, which is that they're joining and they're donors.
Yeah, I like that too. I feel the same way. Kind of like Giveth donor 101. But maybe, I mean, if anyone has any more ideas, you could put them in the issue and we could just do like a poll in the comms channel and just decide that way. I like Giveth. I like being more specific. I think it helps us in this case. Okay, the next thing is actually so this is something that I would love if somebody could like take on champion a little. We had these two proposals that happened in the Give Garden about translations, and one was like Spanish focused and one was including a lot more other languages. And the proposal in the gardens passed and we gave them like 20,000 give. And then I don't think anything, like seemingly nothing has happened. So it's like the guys who are working on the Spanish translations, a different forum proposal, have gotten started on this. But like this proposal was supposed to include like translating our docs into, I think, Italian, Turkish, and Portuguese. The gardens proposal passed, and then this was already like a while ago, and I just like thought of it the other day. I was like, hey, we need somebody to chase on this and try to like coordinate with them. Is anyone down to take that on? Who wants to? So Stonky's from the Terra Swarm and One Hive, so it would be like kind of contacting Stonky and like checking where they're at and like helping to liaise between them and the other team that's maybe starting on the Spanish documentation. It's kind of like a comms translation project management thing.
So, like, are we in touch with this
To
person
do it.
that raised the funds?
Yeah, well, he's in our Discord and he's also in the forum, and I think they maybe just need some support. I mean, I could just leave a comment in the forum, but yeah. I'll just leave a comment in the forum for now, but I think it will require somebody to kind of like push them and coordinate. Maybe they're having like a little hard time kind of getting into Giveth.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I can do that.
Cool. That would be awesome. I'll just leave the comment in the forum there for now, and yeah, and I'll just assign you Suga to keep an eye on it and follow up. Let's see.
Yeah, that might be good. I can, because I think eventually, so I'm a translator, but I don't think that has any relevance per se here, but nevertheless, I can, as that area grows, that would be great for me also just to be part of it.
Yeah.
I do German and
So cool. Wow. You got so many skills. That's amazing. Okay, great. This is just an issue. Yeah, I mean, this was an issue that was here from before, which is like that like there's so many proposals on the Giveth forum right now, and yeah, it would be great to communicate them to our community, and so it would be great if anybody like wanted to take on one of these issues or like one of these forum proposals, like there was one about the impact certificates or something like this. It was like health impact something. And it would be great if somebody could like summarize the forum post and the discussion into like a tweet thread, and we could share it and try to get like more engagement from the community. Yeah, that's on there from before. So yeah, I guess it's not, it would be great if somebody could take on doing some of this. It's just, yeah.
Is this the same forum post? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I think there was just an echo. I think there's an echo from your speakers, Benz. So could you mute when you're...
Oh, yeah, one sec. Sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead, Sue.
Was this the same one that Jay was working on to summarize the forum, something into a tweet thread?
Yeah, there was there was an issue about that, and it was actually it was this talk that he was supposed to summarize into a tweet thread, but I mean, there seemed to be no progress on it since last week, and I really wanted this done, so I just started doing that one. But this is like another issue as well, and I mean, yeah, like this was one. I don't think that there's actually somebody who took it on, but I can check. Yeah, Jack was gonna take on one about like summarizing the tweet threads, but like this is already like 2 weeks or more, and I haven't heard anything. 2 weeks. Oh, he says tomorrow. Okay. But yeah, so it's like there's actually a lot of posts in the forum that are like this is an interesting one. It's like health credit, like a carbon credit, but for health. And so it's like a proposal, and they want like support from Giveth, and I think they were going to request funding from the Giveth Garden. So it would be awesome to kind of like take a look at this proposal, summarize it, and be able to share it like on Twitter and see if like this is something that people are interested in supporting or want to add to the discussion at all, just to make this into something that is more consumable.
So that's like a tweet thread, and then, kind of promoting and like awareness for this proposal.
Yeah, exactly. To get more engagement. On it. And because a lot of these proposals are requesting or going to be requesting funding from the garden. Like this is another one. It's like an external development project, which is like an analytics tool. And it's like an external development group who's requesting funding from the Giveth Garden to like add something to Giveth. So it's like we could summarize what they're proposing and then be like, is this a feature that you guys want to see? If you care about it, then like weigh in on the forum or vote in the Give Garden,
Is that already an issue on GitHub?
No, because
Did you?
I didn't create an issue because there's like a few different ones that would be valuable to summarize. So I didn't like say specifically any particular one. Whoa, sorry. Yeah, but it's like even like this one, it's kind of like the how we're updating like our HR and like our work agreement stuff. Like this could be interesting also for like other DAOs. It's like how we're changing our process for like hiring and firing, and like yeah, it would be like interesting for like the partners audience and like partners builders and people who like want to get involved as well in Giveth to start to understand how like decentralized hiring and firing works and decentralized HR. And yeah, so there's no issue for it in GitHub because there are multiple different forum posts that could be done, and any of one of them would be valuable. Yeah.
Okay, I'll look at the forum posts, and do you care if I just like kind of feel out which one I want to write something up on, and then we can create a issue and just track it that way?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
It's also like
I'm thinking about the health one, so.
yeah, the health one would be really cool. Yeah, if you feel like doing that one, you can create an issue for it and put it in there. That's kind of what I was hoping as well, is like, because it would be great for like people in comms also to like know what's going on in the forum and like Giveth DAO ecosystem and stuff. So it's kind of like multifunctional. Staying in the loop on what's going on in the forum, communicating that to our audience, and yeah, and helping out with the Twitter, which is also helpful. Yeah.
Am I still echoing?
Are you? No, just
No.
delayed.
What's that?
I think you're okay.
Okay, good.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks, Benz. Great. What to feature in this week's newsletter? I guess you created a new issue for that, Aman.
Yeah, so we basically need what are the top stories, also what project do we want to feature this month, and anything else.
Yeah.
So like, does anybody here like feel strongly about a project or something that they want to have featured?
Have you featured the Ukraine project?
Yes, last month we did, yeah.
Has there been any growth on that for that to be a top story because it's relevant at the moment? I don't know how much has been donated to the project.
I think since we've only done 3 newsletters, we shouldn't duplicate the same feature project. We should do a different one. Because we've only done 3. We only featured 3 projects, so it would be funny to repeat one because there's so many projects. What about this one? Grassroots economics.
Grassroots.
I'll suggest it in the issue. The reason I'm suggesting it actually is because it's a great project. It's like they're helping communities, I think like primarily in Africa, set up their own currencies that it's like they have for those communities for buying and selling, and then they can like trade with other communities those currencies. It's a really cool system, and Will Ruddock is a super cool guy and a super great Giveth supporter, and he actually set up a Calendly where in order to schedule a 45-minute call with him, you have to donate $100 to their project on Giveth. So I would maybe not mention that about his Calendly, but like I just heard like this is like last week it was like, look, I set this up on my Calendly. He like showed Griff. And I think that's so cool. It's just like, if you want my time, donate to this project and on Giveth. So awesome. I think it would be great to show them some love. Yeah. So
yeah, for sure. That's a great project.
Yeah, I'll put it on there. And for we could highlight the Meet the Makers call and the blog post that Forest put up. Did we also already talk about regen farms?
I think we briefly mentioned, it, that it was launching soon, but that was, I think, before it actually launched, I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
Regen Farms, definitely, because that was man, it's actually got a lot of engagement, this blog. And I would mention Regen Farms, say that it's like we've launched with Fox, like with Shapeshift. I would say that like if you have a DAO and you want to get involved, you could like link to the type form. And yeah. And I mean, we're gonna soon launch one with Cult DAO, I think. So it's kind of like this first one was launched, the second one's coming soon. If you want in, you can apply at this type form. And if you want to benefit from the rewards, you could like go straight to the farm page. So I'll put that in there too. Did you already share? You already shared the Givestream one though, right?
The gift stream, yeah, I did share that one, yes.
That was last week. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, and then Meet the Makers is the other one that came out recently. The other blog post that we had recently. That yeah, we could talk about the Meet the Maker series and the call that we had. You could link to the tweet about it with the recording. Mm-hmm. If people wanted to check it out. And you could link to Forrest's blog post. Maybe, but I would pick one, probably either the thread or the blog post, or both. I don't know. One line. Mm-hmm. Okay. That would be cool. What else?
Is there anything that you want people to comment on the forum, or that you would want input from the community on?
That's a good question. There's so much on here. I think, oh man, I really wish this token swaps thing would be really valuable to add on there too, because we did a bunch of token swaps. If Jack doesn't write a tweet thread for that like soon, I'll maybe just do one and you can add it in the post, because we've done token swaps with Node, with Bright. We're doing one with Gnosis. Which ones did we already finish? Node and Bright. I thought there was another one. Oh, and TEC. Node and Bright and TEC. We've done token swaps with them, and then we are about to do the water liquidity proposal. Plus, there's like 2 more coming up. And token swaps are really good because they basically make it so that we have DAO-owned liquidity and don't rely on like liquidity providers. We could. We're gonna launch also a Give DAI Uni V2 pool starting on April 30th. So if this goes out, when is this going to go out? April 30th, right?
It's flexible, so I could wait until then if you'd like. Yeah, up to you.
Yeah, that might be good to announce, because then we can have people jumping in and taking advantage of the rewards in the gift farm. Pool launching April 30th. Token swaps. And I'll kind of like peruse through the Twitter and see if there's any other highlights from the month. Yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone else have?
Yeah, I think that's a good start.
Cool. Any other?
Thoughts? Any other comments? Thoughts?
Okay, cool. If no other thoughts, then content SEO on top pages.
Yeah, so I made a issue about that, and I updated it, issue 558. And I just wanted to really quickly run through it. It'll just take a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So there's a sheet there in the issue. Yeah, I think it's under the epic, I think. Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Titles and meta descriptions. Okay, yeah. Do you want to guide us? Or should we read?
Yeah, sure. I can explain it. So basically, if you go on Google and you search for our top pages, most of them aren't optimized, and they have like default titles and meta descriptions in them. So like basically here you could see like if someone searches on Google and they look at the homepage, like the title of the page is just Giveth home, which like doesn't really encourage people to learn more about it as much as it could be. So like we could say something like, Giveth, welcome to the future of giving, for example.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, like the same with all of the other pages, like they're just like very, very standard pages. And we basically have around like, I think 75 characters to basically fill on the page. So in a way, it's kind of like an ad for Giveth, like all of those pages. So it's like a little bit better if we design them in a way where they tell the audience more about what the page is about and encourage people to click on it.
Yeah. Great idea. That's way better. That's so good. So you just want a little bit of like QA feedback on these.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So like at first glance they look good. I think there's just like a couple of tiny things that I would suggest, but looks so great. Thanks, Ahmad.
Yeah, of course.
Man, I love
and
this.
then there.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just singing your praises. I love this. You just like go and you discover things, and you're like, I discovered a problem, and here's a solution. It's so nice.
Awesome. Thanks. And I noticed that there's two subdomains that are being indexed on Google that shouldn't be. So there's the staging.giveth and next.giveth.
Oh, yeah.
And they both seem to be testing environments. Which is fine, but they just shouldn't appear on Google because it takes away from the other pages.
Uh-huh.
So, that there's an easy fix for that. We just have to basically submit it on the Search Console and basically just say that we don't want these pages to appear on Google.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that's an easy thing to do.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. So yeah, do you need some support with that? De-index? Yeah, I think
with that one, no, but definitely on the first point of the actual what we'll say on the pages.
Yeah, sounds good. And then but we do need dev support on to de-index the subdomains.
Well, Kai gave me access to the Search Console, so I should be able to do it myself. But I will need their support with changing the content of the pages. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. I can take a look at this today, and then we can give it to them because actually a lot of our devs have nothing to do right now, so they're happy for issues.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So
I guess in the future, just as a workflow, what's the best way? If we decide that we need to do something on the website in terms of GitHub workflow or as a process, I guess.
Yeah, I think. I think that if it's if it's changing content, we should have at least one person look at it from comms. It's okay, I think that this content is what it was. This is what I wanted to change to, and then have at least one. Or when Mitch and Ashley and I were doing things together, we'd have at least two people. It depends how important it is. Depends how big of a change it is. And then from there, I would probably just make a new issue. We resolve the content and Giveth planning, and then I would make an issue in the V2 repo for the devs and be change this to this. And then I would reference the issue from comms, close that issue, and do it like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Although I don't know if I'm on the V2 one. I think I'll have to ask someone to add me to it. But yeah,
okay.
That makes sense.
Okay. Also, we need somebody to be a GitHub manager. It's so many people are coming in new and don't have access to repos, and I don't even really know how to give people different tiers of access to things, and I spend so much time doing this. Yeah, just the side thought. But I can I guess I'll try to. So you're not on the V2 repo, are you sure?
I'm not sure, honestly. I might be. I mean, but I tried submitting something when we were doing a QA round on the new site, and it didn't work for some reason. Maybe I don't know. Like I could have another look.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good though. I'll check and let you know.
Cool.
Or like maybe I'm not on the Zen Hub. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I think we should have a designated person at Giveth who manages these things. So it's like all the times when this comes up, we're like, send your handle to this person, and then they'll add you to the appropriate repo. Somebody who like actually goes through, understands GitHub and understands all of these roles and things, and then we just make them like an owner of that, because I end up doing it and I have no idea like half the time. Yeah.
I could help if you wanted to.
I think this is something that we were looking for the talent manager to do.
Oh, right. Yeah. That would be a really good in terms of like onboarding, especially. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And maybe they could also clean up what is currently our total mess of like people being added under different roles to different boards and teams willy-nilly, because it's a mess.
Sure.
What did Griff say? I didn't hear.
He said that.
Oh,
go ahead.
Oh, no. Yeah, like there's a new role that we're hiring for, which is like a talent person to basically manage all of these processes.
Yeah. Okay. Autopilot issue. What trouble are you having with autopilot?
Yeah, so I mean, there's nothing really to discuss now, but I'm basically doing like an audit of everything that we're using autopilot for. So I made a doc. Let me actually put it in that issue. Hold on a second. Basically, just to kind of like see all of the things that we're using it for. So hold on a second. Okay, I just made a comment on it. You refresh that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, one of the issues that Mitch was talking about was that we need to basically understand what's happening with autopilot. So I started compiling the sheet of all of the things that we're using it for. And there's like 5 or 6 ones that I still need to add to it. Like, for example, like the workflows that go out when a new project gets verified, for example, or like all the other ones. And like basically, like I wanted to just make mentions all of the things that are happening on autopilot.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can just one by one figure out, if any of them are broken or need fixing, and then, figure out what to do with that or who can take on certain issues. Because I think that one of the problems now is like no one really knows exactly what's happening in the autopilot because people are using it for a lot of different things. So yeah, I mean, it's just like it's a start to basically map it out, just so it's clear, like all of the things that we're doing on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great idea. I love that idea. So because autopilot, I think, is really confusing. I think autopilot is supposed to do this, but I don't think it does it in a very clear way. So if we kind of have this as something that is people reference and then also update when they change things, that would be really valuable.
Yeah.
I think we need to also like clean up who has access to the autopilot. Like I know you do, and Ashley and Mitch, and I don't know, maybe Jay and maybe Kotave. I don't know who's really working on this stuff.
Kotave does for sure.
Kotave does too, but does Jay as well?
I don't think so, no.
No. Okay, cool. So that might just be it, just the four of you. Cool. Cool.
Actually, maybe Jay did. Yeah, like maybe someone else gave Jay access, I'm not sure. But yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, that's a good point though, just to see who has access and who's doing what.
Yeah. Because like, yeah, I think having at least a couple of, having at least a couple of people who like know how to like know the processes and know how to like add things, so we have a little bit of resiliency, would be really valuable. And I think maybe Kotabi is probably your best bet, as somebody to support with that. Ashley already knows a bunch, and I think Mitch doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the sense I was getting. I mean, also there's just a lot of like automation that's happening that at the moment is sort of like a black box. Like a lot of it is done on segment, and like the triggers sometimes don't work and no one really knows why they're not working. So that's something that I want to look into more.
Okay. That sounds good. Cool. I hope that, make sure that you had Coach Javi in there as well, though, because he did volunteer to help, and I think he probably has the bandwidth and might be the most supportive person. So, yeah. Okay, cool. So that's everything that we have on the agenda there. So let's just kind of like check out the board and check in on any issues that are kind of outstanding. I went through it yesterday and made some comments, but I think there's still more. Or are there any other like important topics that anyone wants to bring up before we go through the board? Okay. Ben's this the addition to the Taurus wallet docs? It's done right now, right? You don't need someone else to review it. Do you know? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I think the only thing after like the initial one I put up, I pulled over the documentation for importing private keys like from Taurus into MetaMask and just appended that. And then the only thing I really changed beyond that was in like the second paragraph, just adding a little explanation of like that both those are options, but we suggest just sending funds to MetaMask rather than importing. So I think other than that, it's what it was before, or, you know, the text that was already QA'd.
Sounds good. So maybe Suga, do you want to just like give this one quick read through and then we can give it the okay? And then it just needs to be added to the docs, right? Okay, great. I'll tag you on there, Suga. And then this is just like, this is an edit to an existing document, right?
It's a new one, but we're like pulling over an existing, half of it is an existing document that we could take down or just replace that other one and switch the title. I don't know exactly how getting it posted works.
I think you could probably easily just replace the title. Yeah, because it's usually pretty easy. Like click like edit this page. Man, my computer's really slow when I'm live streaming and sharing my screen. You can kind of just like click edit this thing at the bottom and then it'll open it up in GitHub. So I think you can actually even change the title in there. Not sure if you can change it in the dropdown, but if you want to take a stab at that, Benz, would you be down just to take a stab and see if you can fix it? I think you probably have access.
Yeah. I think the only thing might be there's like one new picture. So if that's referenced, we'd need to add that.
It's easy to add.
You have to do that.
It's easy to add a picture. You just I use actually like HackMD and I'll copy and paste the image into there and then it'll format it in Markdown and then I just copy that what it says, you know? So then it's like it's actually really easy. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah. So you just like copy and paste the picture into HackMD, and it'll like auto format like what the line of text needs to say when you're putting it in the code, and then I just copy paste that into the docs.
I'll check and see on that documents page, would I have permissions to like edit? Is that tied to GitHub?
I think so. I'm pretty sure Suga has edit permissions, and I don't remember giving her something special. So I think just being a comms contributor means, I don't know. Did you get something special?
Okay.
You know?
I think I got something special, but don't remember anything about it.
Okay.
Probably Mitch.
All right.
I'll check and let you know.
Check, see if you can edit it. If you can't, I mean, I've always been able to do it, so I don't know why that is. No one ever gave me anything special. So this is why we need this person to manage GitHub. So we need a person to manage all these storage. I don't understand them at all. Cool. Okay, well, if you have any troubles, reach out to me or to Mitch, which would definitely know. I didn't watch this video yet, Ahmad, but I bet you it's going to be great, and I'll watch it. And then this blog post, Suga, I did tag a couple of people, and I actually DM'd it to Danny Bill because she's good at speaking English, and also she was around for a long time, so she might be able to provide some insight. So hoping to get some good QA on that. And
yeah, Mitch. Yes, great. Yes, very, very awesome. And Mitch gave really good spot-on stuff, so I'll be tackling it.
Yay. Great. I'm really excited for that to go out. Oh, oops. Cool. All right. So for the type form, we don't have special premium type form access. So I can share with you via LastPass, but I can only share with one person at a time. So I can remove it from Tossin with you, or maybe we should just upgrade our plan.
Wait, why is that? Sorry.
Because we have a regular LastPass and not a premium LastPass, but we could upgrade to premium and.
Oh no! Oh, I see. There's a way to share without adding someone on the team. Because I used LastPass at my last company, and we didn't have to pay for everybody. There's a way where you can share a password. But like you just don't add someone onto your team. So as long as they have a LastPass account, it'll still work.
It was only letting me share one, like to one person at a time, though. Like I'd have to revoke access.
That's weird.
It's weird.
There was an option. I think I put it on the GitHub issue. There was something that they said called. Okay, right. If we get at least one paid account, then we could share it with as many people as we want. So if we just pay $3 a month and get like a normal, like minimal paid account, then I think that would let you share with anybody that you want.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just ask Griff for his credit card and we can sign up for that.
Yeah.
The other thing is LastPass is another thing we need to coordinate because we have the contributor feedback. All the information when people do the contributor review feedback stuff goes into the type form. So anyone who has access to it has access to everyone's reviews and their self reviews. And like, I think that's like, maybe should be more private. And so maybe we set up a second type form or something, but I need to talk about it with Rochelle. But I'll ask Griff to do the paid plan or coordinate with Rochelle. I'll write that down in the notes so I'll forget otherwise. Okay.
We actually have another type form that we're using for general magic. So, I mean, we could, if you want, transfer some of the things there as well. That's an option.
Yeah. Maybe that would be good. Use Yeah. Cool. How's this going, Suga? Getting projects from Giveth, from Gitcoin onto Giveth? Did you make a list, or?
You know, I'm not done yet though. There's a lot of projects on there. I've started that. I feel like, yeah, I've been chugging away on that Galaxy thing. So I'm trying to get that finished. I want that to be done so I can focus on that. But I have started it. I mean, I'm not even halfway, I don't think.
Okay, that sounds good. That's great. Thank you for the update. Cool. Yeah. Are there any issues here that are in progress that anyone wants to discuss?
There was an issue, I think it was 2 weeks back, that you had given to me about the articles and create.
Oh no.